It's okay. Because I ain't got to go to work tomorrow. I ain't got to go to the salon. None of that. So we can go live 50,000 times. I don't care. They not, and the thing is that they're not, what's to call it? They're not restricting my live like copyright, stuff like that. That's not what's going on. This is people reporting the lie. Oh, I done hit somebody real hard. Don't get mad. Because that's what I do. I've been doing this all my life. Busting a motherfucker upside the head with the truth. But I'm just older now, so it's better now. It's really, it's really, really, what I'm saying? It's really, pew, pew, that right there. Get you real bad. Y'all come on back, honey. Because they can't handle the truth. When y'all see that screen, when it go to, just leave out and go to my profile and come on back. Because you already know I done went live again. I done went live again. Let me refresh my lippy and get ready for the next. Listen, JC and Black Betty, girl, they can't stand that kind of truth. Ooh, somebody big mad. Uh-huh. 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 Woo, child. They can't handle it, girl. Y'all keep the comments coming so everybody can come back. Because the more y'all comment, the other people come over here. Because some people don't know to just leave out and come on back. Because y'all done went back live again, baby. Okay? Yeah, it be them. Black men being fucked by the patriarchy. Slaves to the white man. Always want to talk about, put down the black woman. Because they can't do nothing with that white man over there. Can't do nothing. They ain't figured out what to do with him. My mama told my ex-husband one day, she said, what's up, Talisha? She said, my mama stayed downtown in the hood. She was in like an old hood suburb, downtown. And so when me and my husband would come up, and my brothers and all his friends, all the hood guys be out there, from the neighborhood, because we were close to the hood that we grew up in, which was the apartments and all that. So all the boys from they're not boys, men from back of there, the big dogs in Raleigh, would be at my mama's yard. So then my white husband said something about the riffraff, and then my mama said to him, they want to be accepted by them so bad. Yes, girl. My mama said to my ex-husband, she said the hood ones out there, the ones that everybody else around here is scared of, they are more afraid of you than you are of them. That's what my mama said about the black thugs. Why? We as women, a lot of times, not you, Mr. Time, because you straight, but we as women, a lot of times we got way more courage and backbone than our black men. Then the beta black men on the internet, the manosphere, are training other black men how to be spineless with no courage and disrespecting black women. They are doing that. What's up, Russia? 47 is the biggest thug of them all. And look, there are so many black men who are sucking him. I don't know what we're going to do. But I have been on the internet and I have seen fantastic black men. They are buying properties and getting other black people together, and all of them are building houses on them properties and buying farms and working together and building stuff and creating businesses. Those kind of black men, those ones. I've been talking to my sons. Some of my Cherokee people and slaves actually, but I don't call them Cherokee because Cherokee isn't a race. It's a way of being. We actually had a civil war over it. Cherokee versus Southern Indigenous. Coco. Are you, let me see. So you are Cherokee. And you say Southern Indigenous. So Southern Indigenous are black people, Southern black people. Our history is rich. We are fantastic. There's no, listen, as black people, we are the strongest type of people on earth. We have so much to be proud of. I do not understand this breed of black men. I don't get it. But it is a cancer to our society. It really is. They lose the being of Cherokee when they became Southern culture types. Okay. Somebody said assimilation. It happens. It's assimilation. Okay. Cheryl, black women, when they get up, they're not you, Cheryl, but a lot of black rich women run and marry white men. They do. They do. In my opinion, it's because the black man in his trauma, because a lot of times he won't heal. He won't seek to do better and be better. He just won't. And I think sometimes black women just get tired. They get tired. But I'll say this too, white men have their own traumas. You know? And so, I mean, money ain't gonna fix trauma. It'll just buy you a nice car, live in a nice house, and buy you some beautiful bags. But it's not gonna fix what ails you. Black woman marrying a rich white man ain't gonna fix your trauma. It could help your nervous system though. If they're a certain type of black man, white man, you know what I'm saying? A type of white man who's accommodating to his wife when it comes to providing for her. And they have this thing too. Happy wife, happy life. They can be very much like that. But then underneath all of that, they can be calling you a nigger as well. So that is not a fix. Black women running to white men is not a fix. But if that's what you want to do, that's your business, because I did it. But I didn't run to the white man as a fix. I literally loved how intelligent he was. And he was very accommodating. He was. He kind of lived by that too. Happy wife, happy life, and awesome provider. He let me keep all my money that I made. You know, he didn't want me to pay bills. That was nice, but then again, it was just something a little weird about it, because I got married for the partnership. I didn't want to be taken care of. I personally didn't want that. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, they done gave us a hard time. They done gave us a hard time tonight. We all have been traumatized in one way or another. Nobody escapes it. Some trauma more tragic, traumatizing than others, yes. We can't have it both ways. All black men ain't got trauma. All black people do have trauma. Yes, they do. What's up, Drew Miles? Yes, they do. All black people got trauma. It's in our DNA. Seriously. Because whatever happened to our ancestors happened to us. And I can prove that to you. Because all of the cells in our body, we have gotten those cells from our ancestors. And all of those cells have programs and memory, and do you see what I'm saying? And so it's in us, the trauma. Drew, no. I'm not going out nowhere, Drew. I'm cool. Good evening, y'all. Y'all hit the like button for me, please. So we do all have it, y'all. Thank you. We do all have it, y'all. I'm telling you. We have way more than what we think. Right now, my husband never let me pay a bill, and my dad never let mom pay a bill. I kept my money too. Okay. So you understand what I'm, what you've lived the life that I lived for a while. Are you and your husband still together? Um, Bell pepper. It's so refreshing. I got some Italian dressing on it and some lime juice. So, Josie, you and your husband still together? But yeah, that Mr. Lego, I need one of y'all to find out, do he date white women? Oh, thank you. Isn't that so cute? Thank you, Jeannie. He passed away 3 years ago, but we are still together. What do you mean? Can you be in love with a ghost, Josie? I said that to my client. Her husband died, which was the love of her life. Like, he was a good man. Like your husband. He was a good man. And she was in love with her husband. She was in, not just her husband, but she was in love with him when he died all of a sudden. I said, we are still together before he passed. Oh, y'all was still together before you passed. Okay. I know that was rough. It was rough on my client. And did you go to grief therapy? Because my client went, which is my friend. She's actually a friend of mine. And because I've been healing for so many years now, and I was telling her, like, just because of your sensory nervous system and your body and grief, ooh, grief is the roughest thing. And I was like, please go get some therapy just to help you with those emotions, to get them out your body. Did you ever get grief therapy done? Did you ever do that for a while, Josie? I couldn't imagine being in love with my person and they pass away. I couldn't imagine that. I feel like that's one of the worst things ever. Yeah. That's one of the worst things. No, I did not, because mom got sick and I have her now. Do you still grieve him sometimes? And that's what we do, y'all. The body is designed for us to keep moving. But sometimes you got to slow down. But anyway, y'all, kisses, kisses and hugs. Josie, thank you for sharing with us part of your story. It's been an eventful night. I guess we can finish what we started tomorrow, because that Mr. Let Go boy, woo-hoo, he done really got my goat. My children took it hard. I had to be strong. Yeah, but what about you now? You know you still can do it. You can love a ghost, LOL. I know that's true, but I'm saying you can't be in love with the ghost. You know, like, for instance, sitting down and having dinner with the ghost, or going to the favorite restaurant that you and your spouse went to, or on the anniversary go and stay at the hotel where you and your spouse was. That's what I mean by that. But I call love a being. There's difference in how we say love. English is I love you, that separation gift. Cherokee is I am love, and my love is with all. Yes. Yeah, I don't love no ghosts. I can love memories. Okay. I didn't mean it to be like mean or nothing like that. I was just saying it's a good thing to grieve your husband and then to let him go. You know what I mean? Would you would you think about getting in another relationship, or are you in another relationship? Cherokee is verb based language. Everything is said in consciousness. Yes, love takes two. That's more connection when two become one harmony. I've let go. Okay. Okay. I'm just concerned about you, girl. That's all. No shame. My heart goes out to you. I don't, like I said, I haven't experienced that, but I watched my client go through it, and every strand of hair on her head came out. Everyone. She's the type of client where she would bring me so many referrals because her head of hair was extraordinary. She just had a mane, beautiful, thick, beautiful, beautiful hair, and she grieved so bad that all of it came out, and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it. We had to cut it, and after we cut it, it still didn't recover. It took years for her hair to turn a leaf. That's how powerful the emotions was that she was feeling, and and but the grief therapy helped her to process it. His death, his death traumatized your client. Oh yeah, oh yeah. She said one day they had a beautiful home, and his son had gotten old enough and moved out, and they hadn't been together long. The son left home early. He just left and went back to, because he was adopted, went back to his family. And so she said she was standing in her living room. And this was shortly after he died, because I went over to her house and I noticed that his shoes were still at the door. Like you got your double doors before you go out onto the streamed in deck porch thing. Your double doors off the family room. So right there, his shoes were there, and they were also, when you come in her garage, his shoes were there, and he had been dead over a year. And I was like, why are those shoes still there? And she said, I can't move them. And I was like, oh no, you've got to feel all of it. You got to grieve the whole thing. Like, if you mad with God, you got to deal with that. Like, I don't care, like, whatever it is, I need you to face it. I need you to deal with it, because I don't want you. I don't want to be stuck in you. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. I don't want a relationship. I'm set in my ways. I got my grands, and I don't trust. You sound like me. I don't think anyone will meet my crazy standard. Oh, oh. Clement, you retracted your message. What was it? It's dangerous to grieve too long. It could kill. No, no, no. Okay, so let me tell you, Clement. It's dangerous to be stuck in your grief, but it is not dangerous to grieve, because the whole person, not person, but the whole purpose of confronting your emotions and processing the life and the love that you had with your person, and all of the things that you didn't get to do and say, and then even if you was mad as hell at your spouse about something, it's you have to process it, because it's only emotions. That's all it is. But emotions is everything. So when you confront it by looking at it, feeling it, and naming it, it literally, the emotions leave the psyche and the body, because they're trapped in the body too. And then once they're out, they're out. I miss you too, Chad. Once they're out, they're out. You don't have to worry about them getting stuck. If you're going to process them, they're coming out. And that's the whole point. Because a lot of times we don't know how to get it out. I don't call it death. I ain't Christian. But I know beings exist, eternal, yes. I think of it the same way. And what Yeshua taught uh, was how to connect to true consciousness. So you remember all existence, all connections. Yes, I love every bit of that. I do. Because the way that I say it is that once you're born, you cease to exist. But then I realized that we existed before we were born. So we existed before we were born. So we're spiritual beings. And we've been around as long as God has been around. Literally. And so there is really no death. I do agree with that. But you just have to give the body back, because it's temporary, because it's from the 3D world. There are other dimensions. We're from another dimension anyway, but we're here on the earth for this time. So what do you think about that? That's how I think about it. But however, if you're going to be in the 3D world and you want to touch physically what you love, then you have to process that emotion, those emotions, from the love that you have for a person, whether they're dead or alive, so that you can love again, if that's what you decide to do. For sure, there is no death. Yes. Yeah, I have high standards of respect. Okay. Is this one a new Okay. Okay, let's read this. I have high standards of respect, and not letting no man treat me less than my husband treated me. And that's hard to find, but I will try again, as long as he understands my boundaries. So that means that you'll be dating on purpose, right? Because you're not the same person that you used to be, and you don't have time for games. And I feel the same way. You're gonna have to be on my level. You just gonna have to be on my level, or I'm just not interested, right? I'm just not. Chad said, sure, let's do this. Marry me. Somebody always telling me to marry them, asking me to marry them. That is funny. Chad, I don't know you, Chad. I don't know you. I feel the same way, Josie. The same exact way, honey. I've had a lot of love in my life. But it wasn't all that healthy. But anyway, y'all, it feels so good, y'all. It just feels so good. My daughter came today, and her and the grandbaby, but she didn't stay for long. I visited her today for lunch. I started to go live at her house, but she was working. Eternal, we're a expression. we are memories, or are we consciousness? We're consciousness. It's like, what happens if someone gets full amnesia? Are they the memories, or are they just awareness? Their awareness. What's up, Chopper Williams? We will get to know and grow with each other. Chad, I need y'all to hit me up on my Instagram so I can communicate with y'all, because we never know what's going to happen on this social media. My platform is so real, and sometimes I really bother people. My opinion, you just never know. But I tell you one thing, we won't be getting hacked no more. That's not gonna happen, because Shirley ain't copying nobody's link. Okay, I'm not fooling with you with a link. I'm doing good. It's been a long week, and I came home and got all relaxed and cooked me a little dinner. My dinner was great. I fried a piece of pork chop, and I had some veggies and some lime and some water. All I have is a messenger. I'm not on Instagram at all. Okay. Clement, oh, the love of your life is hard to replace. Oh, it is. But you know what my mama said about my client, though? Because it broke my heart what she was going through, and she didn't deserve it. Because she was married to him for about 8 years. And she married late, and she didn't have kids. And the marriage was so prosperous, y'all. When I tell you, once she married that man, it was just like everything that she ever wanted. Like, even him, when he married her, it was like the blessings. It was a lot. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I feel like her story could be a really good movie. I mean, they just prospered like hell in those 8 years. So she went from being a single woman with a single family home, with a decent job, college educated, living her life single, not really finding anybody of quality of her standard. And then she knew him from the past, and he had been married and divorced. And he hit her up one day, and then shortly thereafter, he packed a couple of bags and came to where she was. Literally moved in her house. But he was a career person too, college educated too, with a teenage son that was about 14. And in 2 years, they were in a massive house with beautiful vehicles. She would laugh at his jokes. They were lovers and friends. They traveled together all the time. He would come to the salon, like he would drive her to the shop. And then he would go run errands, and he also would cook dinner. And they put their resources together, and then his know-how, because I can't tell y'all what he did, because that would be too much, telling too much of the story, but he was a professional person. But it was something about them two together. I think he was a Cancer, and she's a Virgo, and baby, they went straight to the top. And so my mama said that was awesome love and growth. My mama said wait to meet them in the next life. Oh, she said, Cheryl, she's blessed. And I said, why you say that? She said, because she's had in her life, in 8 years, more than most women will ever get in a lifetime. She'll be fine. She said most people don't get to even experience that. And I said, oh my God. And she was devastated. Like I said, all her hair fell out. Like, she was devastated. But he had left her. It's just everything. He used to cook for her. They were friends and lovers. They vacationed together, shopped together, laughed together. It was great. And then when he passed away, the foundation that he laid for her to be taken care of just in case anything ever happened to him, when I tell y'all, she ain't got to worry about nothing. She still has that house. And I think it's paid for. They were only in it for like 6 years. But she told me that they were paying extra on the mortgage. And she's beautiful still. She's healthy still. My daughter told her not too long ago, she said, how do you stay looking so young? But I mean, she's a good person. So anyway, she's just blessed. It's not easy finding a great movement of true love. I know that was her soulmate. I think so. It was amazing. Like I said, I ain't never seen nothing like it. And I was devastated with her for several reasons. For one of my biggest things, and she had an episode one day. Okay, so I would say 6 months after his death, she was in her home. This is what she told me. She was in her home. Those shoes were still in the house. His photos were still in the business office and everything in the house. And she said when she was standing in between her kitchen and her massive family room, she started screaming to the top of her lungs. And she just called his name just loud as she could. And she was asking God, why? Why did you take my husband? She was in the home that they built was in a neighborhood with a bunch of new couples. So it was a whole neighborhood of progressive, beautiful couples, beautiful homes, beautiful environment. Like I've been over to her house several times. And, everybody knew each other. They would invite each other to their cookouts and everything. And she's in this big ass house. And the neighbors still have their spouses. And she's standing there between her kitchen and her living room. And she just loses it. And she said she did it. She misses her true love and best friend. She said she did that. She screamed at God for over an hour. Because I messed around and asked her one day, when she got better, I was like, did you get mad with God? Like, it seems like it's unfair. You know what I'm saying? And she said, yes. That's what she told me about that day. And so once she stopped her episode, she called a friend of hers, which is a friend of mine too. A beautiful lady. Check this out. A beautiful lady, older woman, older than my client and me, who had lost her husband about a year before that, a year and a half. It might not even been that long. Beautiful lady, beautiful marriage, just everything. I think this was her. She got married in her older years. I think she was like 68, but she was absolutely gorgeous. And she called her and she said, can I please come to you? Can you please help me? She said, I don't know what else to do. Can I come stay with you guys for a while? Can I come stay with you for a while? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Let me get this straight now. No. My client, the one that's my age, with the beautiful marriage, her husband died first. And then she had to help. And then the other lady and her husband helped her. And then her husband died. And they ended up being best friends. And both of those married. As a matter of fact, the older lady, she was only married to her husband 2 years. And he passed away. So, but anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that story time because it was great. But we never know, life is what it is. I still, y'all are probably like me, like I love life and it's still beautiful, but it just has its ups and downs. And it is what it is. But good night, y'all. Kisses and hugs. I'll see y'all tomorrow over at my daughter's house. Bye, guys.